welcome you. This is our first live for June. Come on, y'all, give it up for yourself because you have done such a tremendous job. You have done great so far. We're in the 6th day. And so, like, I wanted to let you know, listen, guys, I'm doing a 10-day detox. And can I tell you guys, it has been good and it's been good, 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 right? So it has been detoxing me. I decided that I had been on a sugar kick. I've been on a sugar kick that's been all the way live, right? And so I wanted to set the tone of what I wanted to do for the whole month of June. And I know that you guys are setting yourself up for success. I know that you are setting yourself up for the things that you want to do for the next 30 days, not for the next few months, for the next 30 days. Good morning. Good morning. If you are coming in, come on in and let me know where you're coming from. Listen, I'm so super excited about Substack. Can I tell you guys? Because I have can I tell you, two phenomenal ladies that are in my page community. Listen, I wanted to like shout from the roof. I really do because they are super bad mama jammers. Okay. And I want to shout them out. I want to shout out Miss Cammy, Coach Cammy, and her daughter Kim. Woo, can I tell y'all? This is so important to me. Here's why. It's because the thing that I'm going to be talking about this morning is your future is hidden in your habits. Your future is hidden in your habits, and it's your habits that you do right now, right this moment. So, as I've been doing this 10-day detox challenge, we're now on day 6. So, 6 days. Now, has it been perfect? No, but I've been intentional of not putting any sweets into my diet, drinking my water, which I have kind of lax on a little bit, but I've been picking up on my water. Of course, I work out. I walk every single day. I'm now putting the pool exercise into my routine too as well. And so it's about me being consistent in the things that I say that I want about my health. And so, can I tell you the truth that your future is not hidden in your dreams, it's hidden in your daily habits. I'll say it again. It's not hidden in your dreams, it's hidden in your daily habits. So, a lot of people have big dreams and they have big visions and they have big goals and they have these big prayers and they have all these decorations. But see, what happens is a lot of people, their habits tell a different story. Come on, y'all. Their habits tell a different story. We've seen that. We've seen prime example of me doing this challenge is that I can guarantee you, everybody that joined the challenge 6 days ago, somebody unfell off. That's just the way our nature is. Somebody has fallen off. Somebody said, "Oh, well, I just had a cookie." And so instead of them just picking up and continue on, they just blew the whole thing off and said, "Oh, okay, well, like I've blown the whole detox." No, all they had to do was just recalibrate. And so, like, you probably had a cookie, a small one for lunch, then just hop back on the bag wagon and then have something better for dinner. Now, that's how I would just think. But a person will like, okay, I failed the detox on day 5. I'm going to reset and start all over again. No, you can tell a person's daily habits, right? You can tell when a person says something and you can track it by the habits that they have. But your mouth may say that you want more, but can I say that? But your schedule may say, I'm not ready. So what I did was that my coach asked me and his students to do a 6-month plan. Like, what are you guys doing for the next 6 months? Right. And so for the next 6 months, I'm doing just this right here. I'm going live. I'm doing my content because I said that my goal is in 2027 is to be a full-time content creator. So what does that consist of? That means putting out content, great content, right? Not perfect content, but great content. Because why? I'm learning because I'm coming from working a 9 to 5, which and don't get me wrong, I love doing like what I do. So I do a 9 to 5 on top of coaching too as well on the side, and I run my paid communities too as well. So my goal is to have all of those things now replace my 9 to 5. That's my goal. But it starts right now. It started doing this right here. The habits that I do right now, even when I don't feel like doing it, because I can tell you guys, sometimes I don't feel like walking, especially like when you live out here in Arizona and it's 125 on a straightaway, right? Sometimes I don't feel like doing it, but I know early in the morning, I need to get out, get my water, and I need to get my 30 to 45-minute walk in. Sometimes, depending on the weather, I can get 2 in. But because the weather now is changing a little bit more harder, now I spend that time in the pool. So now I'm doing the pool 3 days a week. I get my workout in. I do my aerobics workout. It's a habit, right? So my habit is I love drinking water. So that's a habit for me. Like I don't do sodas. So when people see that, they say, "Girl, like you got nice skin. What do you do? Water." They said that's water. That's all I do. Like I don't drink and I don't do soda, so I do water, right? And those are habits that I have picked up over time. So your vision board may be full because I know like a lot of us have still vision boards, right? Like we say, okay, I want to have this, that, and other, but your discipline may be empty. And a lot of people don't want to talk about that. And that's what I like about the community is that those ladies know I'm real up in there. I do not play, right? Because we are still all becoming. In order to become, you have to have a disciplined routine habit. It's not going to happen overnight. Folks think that there's a magic potion pill or whatever about being healthy, but in reality, it's not. And I had to remind myself that too as well, that there is no magic pill, Jackie. There is no pill that's going, to take off 30 pounds. There's not a magic pill that's going to take you down to 20 pounds. It's your daily discipline habits. Yes, you're grown. You can eat what you want and drink what you want, but you can't say, I want to be healthy and be around. And here's the thing. It's a different thing than thriving than it is just living. I'm gonna say it again. It's a different thing than thriving than just living. Here's why I say that, because I see people that's in wheelchairs every single day. And their quality of life is not what they want it to be. I see people walking around every single day that have on oxygen masks and their life is not where they want it to be. But daily habits and discipline is going to, now it's a slow process. Like prime example, being on Substack is oh man, my God, I'm loving it, right? Because whatever I'm doing, like I'm doing a master class this month, and what I do, I send them back to Substack, right? Because that's where my community is. But it is a discipline of telling people about what I do, who I am. I let people know, like I am the clarity coach, and I tell them my story on how I became the clarity coach, right? And so, but those were daily habits that I had to do. I still do every single day. I just can't wake up and go free willingness and say, okay, well, today I'm just gonna do. No, because the ladies in my community, I set a tone, right? Like this is what I offer you. This is what you get. And then I ask them, I was like, did you do your homework? How did that make you feel? So we're doing the work. We're not doing surface work. And when you have that, then you're going to start seeing different results. And so I say that with love because I had to check myself. There was a season when I wanted the next level, but I kept giving first level. Come on. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I kept giving first level effort. I didn't give top of the level. I kept doing basement level. But I kept saying, I want more. Like I want to, like I want this business. I want to write this book. I want to write. But I kept doing low level work. Like I was never doing high level. I wanted peace, but I kept feeding chaos. I wanted clarity, but I kept entertaining confusion. I know a lot of us is doing it. I wanted God to open doors, but I was not managing the room I was already standing in. Come on, that's for somebody, for the people in the back, because that's what we do. We'll say, God, open more doors, but we're not managing the room that we're already in. Here's what I say there. I love Substack. And so once people learn Substack, now they start teaching Substack, right? That's your business, right? Because I stay in Jackie Lane. And, it's the thing how I can see people may start getting discouraged because they're like, oh, like I don't have 2K, I don't have 1K. Can I tell y'all, I celebrate. Come on, y'all have a party with me. I celebrate the 74 people that subscribe to me. 74. They not 124, they not 104, they 74 live and color people. And I appreciate them. So that tells me something that I did in my notes or something that I did in my articles, that they trust me enough that I will continue giving them what they're asking for. Right? I'm not off just going on a tantrum. No, I'm not. I, I read, I read their comments. If it's a lot of them, I try to go back and answer the comments the best way that I can, so they know that I engage with my audience. Because right now I got 74. Now, like when I get to 1K, that's gonna be different. But right now, I got 74 people, and that's not counting the people that follow me too as well. Those are just people that subscribe to me. So it is like I'm asking him for bigger rooms, but am I taking care of the people that is in the room with me right now? I take care of my ladies. They are my founding members. I shout them out. I encourage them. I love on them. Why? Because then when we got 20 ladies in there, they know what they're going to get, because the founding ladies can say, this is the right community. This is what we do up in here, right? And so that being said, is that I want peace. That y'all know how we do. We say we want peace, but we still be up in folks' business. We all be trying to know what the latest tea is. But here's the truth. Your habits are either building the woman you are becoming, or they're keeping you loyal to the woman you say that you have outgrown. Come on now, somebody, ladies and gentlemen, up in here. Okay, your habits are building. They're building the man or woman that you, okay, or is keeping you in the same spot. Because we say that we want more, but we keep not doing the things that we need to do to get the more that we're looking for. What's the morning routine? Because your morning routine matters. Come on, somebody. My morning routine matters to me. I tell people all the time, like, I don't check my phone. Absolutely not. I do not. My phone be ding with notifications. By the time I wake up, it's on ding. Girl, check. No, that's my time to get up, number one, with an attitude of gratitude, right? That's my time, like, okay, because number one, I woke up today, like this morning. Thank you, God. I woke up this morning. I could see, I could talk. I'm having this live with you right now. And those that, if you watch the replay, tell me, hey, replay. So I'm glad I wake up. Guess what? I could hear. So when I start going down the list of things that I was still able to do this morning, I don't have time to check for what happened last night. Now, does life keep life? And of course it does. I'm not oblivious to what's going on in the world. I just don't let life be inside of me. I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. I'm not oblivious to what's going on around me in my world. I stay in the know with that, but I don't let that be inside of me and affect what I have going on and what I need to be doing and how I need to be impactful to the people that are connected or supposed to be connected to me. I do have my days. I do. And my heart goes out to some of the things I'm seeing on the news, which make me go even more harder and more passionate about what I do, because with everything that's going on, people need, they want clarity. They want to know that, can I still be becoming, even though I've had a setback, even though I've had some troubles, I've had some letdowns and disappointment. Can I still? Yes, you can still be. That is not your identity. That's something that you have been through. And so your scrolling matters. I don't scroll too much lately. Your procrastination matters. It's keeping you stuck in the same way. Your emotional, come on, and this one was big for me. Your emotional eating. I was a very emotional eater. Back in 2016, I used to weigh 298 pounds. I wind up December the 3rd. This year would be 10 years for me in this December. December 3rd, I decided to have weight loss surgery. I lost between 75 to 80 pounds, right? Because I was almost 300 pounds. And it affected my life. Why? Because I was an emotional eater. I ate everything, whether it was a happy, sad, a party, it didn't matter. That was my comfort. That allowed me to escape my life back then. Right. And so I made a decision because I wanted to be around for my grandson. Like I wanted to be around for the people I love. I didn't want them having to push me around in a wheelchair, like I didn't want to have all of the ailments. And believe it or not, considering I was that, heavy, obese, I really didn't have any of the outward, complications. I didn't have diabetes. I didn't have high blood pressure. I didn't have none of those things. But what I did develop was arthritis in my back. My joints was severely had inflammation in it. So like all these things. So if I walked, it took me days just to recover because my ankles were this big and my knee. I mean, and I think the biggest thing that really affected me was that I could not wear a regular seatbelt at the airport. Now, you talking about something that really got me. That got me because I had to carry my own personal seat extender with me at all times because I remember the first time I asked the stewardess, I was like, "Hey, this won't fit. Do you have a seatbelt extender?" And I never, I got my own, and then so your girl was happy when that happened. I was able to, fasten my seatbelt up, and so that was life changing for me. The late night overthinking, right? Because our minds never go to sleep. It's always running, right? What's the next thing? What's the next email? What's the next conversation? The last thing. So our mind never rests. It's constantly always going. And the unfinished assignments. Come on, somebody. I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. It's like a lot of times we will keep meditating on the unfinished assignments, the things that we just like, oh my God, I should have finished that. I procrastinated about that. Because habits are quiet. Come on, they are quietly built. They're not loudly built. They are quietly built. They don't always announce themselves. They show up slowly, shape your future while you're busy calling. I just need one more day. I just need one more day. I, who said that? Like I'm gonna raise my hand. I just need one more day. One more day of putting it off. One more day of not starting. One more day of letting fear lead me because we have done that. One more day of waiting until I feel ready. Because, like we forever like, I ain't ready yet. This too soon. I don't know if I'm qualified for it. I don't know, like if I have the skill set. I just don't know. But here's what wisdom says. Wisdom says, look at what you do daily. Look at what you do daily because your future is leaving you clues. I love Solomon because I've been teaching from the book of Solomon because I feel that from one of my mentors is that Solomon is a great book. It is. He wrote the book of Ecclesiastes. If you have not read about King Solomon, you need to because he dropped some gems in the whole books that he has written. And Solomon says in Proverbs 24:33-34, he says, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of your hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief. I'm going to say it again. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of your hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief. Now, it's not just talking about your money. That can be poverty of your peace. Come on, somebody. It's not just talking about money because the first thing like we think about is money, but it could rob you of your peace, poverty of purpose, poverty of clarity, poverty of discipline, poverty of confidence. Because a little, come on, like it don't take a whole lot these days. A little thing can just throw you off, can become a lifestyle if you do not confront it. And we was talking about that on my comeback conversation on Thursday I do on TikTok. It is the little things that we just put our head in the sand and say, I don't want to deal with that. But ladies and gentlemen, can I tell you, we're in a season that you cannot ignore anything these days because you can't. Gone long the days that you can turn your back and say, I don't see it. I don't, no. Now is the time that now you have to tell yourself the truth about you. Come on. We have to tell the truth about us here. Why? Because now we have set ourselves free. We have set other people free because we don't have other people hostage on things that they didn't say to us, they won't say to us, and yet and still we wonder why we're still in our own personal prison because we haven't told the truth to ourselves. I'm gonna tell y'all this. If I waited on people to come back and tell me that they're sorry for the things that they have done, I'll still be waiting because half of them are dead. Some are still living. But if I wait on them to say, oh, you know what, I realized back in, 2003, I did you wrong. They're not. But what I can do is make a decision that I'm not going to allow what happened in my past to dictate my future. I'm not going to allow what somebody else's immaturity at that time to affect my truth and where I'm going and what I'm building for other people that are connected to me. So today, I want to ask you this. What habit is helping you? Like, if you're watching this now, tell me what happened. What habits are you doing right now? Like, are you drinking your water? Is that helping you? If you're drinking soda, is that helping you? Is you eating a salad? Is that, tell me what habit is helping you and what habit is quietly holding you hostage, because we have habits that are holding us hostage. I mean, like the habit sent out negotiation letter. Okay. It ain't letting you go. It's got you in a bear hug. So, what is quietly holding you hostage? Because your next comeback is not just in one big moment. Sometimes your comeback is in your small decisions, and we already know this. It's your small decisions that you make every single day. Every single day that you make a decision, it is getting you closer to your goal, to your assignment, closer to your breakthrough, closer to the thing that you said that you want to happen in your life. It's just one. It's every single day. Like I just said, for me, drinking water. I drink water every single day. I try to get, like I have this, I want to say it's a 40 ounce. It's a 40-ounce big cup, and I have to drink 3 of those a day. A day. So me drinking water a day, that's a habit that I have established because like my mama was a drinker. So I saw my mama drink nothing but water. I think my mama would drink a gallon of water a day. And to the day she died, her skin looks beautiful. Right? She never drank sodas. That's all she did was drink water. So her skin was flawless even up until the day like we buried her. So are you taking a walk? For me, I take a walk. It's small habits I do every single day. Am I praying before I react? Listen, y'all, I can say that that when I made the decision that I wanted to be a full-time content, baby, like I have to pray. Like I have to say, okay, Lord, let me not get distracted by numbers. Let me not get distracted by the applause. Let me not get distracted about the likes and the shares. Here's why. Because then if social media feeds you, it can starve you. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back because I love that saying. I stole that from somebody else. If social media can feed you, then they can starve you. If your friends accolade feed you, it can starve you. If your job it can starve you. That's with anything. Why? Because it has become your source. And when it becomes your source, then if it falls down, like if somebody unsubscribes it, if somebody unfollows you, then you like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose my mind. That's the reason like we see so many of this generation lose their mind because they are stuck on clicks. They're stuck on trends and fashions and all that stuff. But then when it change up, I'm like, okay, so what do I do now? Why? They keep chasing the next thing. But if you're solid in what your assignment is, if you're solid in you and who you are and whose you are, then you're not chasing like the next thing, and you're not too late and you're not too old and you're not too tall, you're not too short, you're none of these things. If you stay in your assignment, if you stop looking in your rearview mirror and look forward and put your blinders on, you'll be surprised where you'll be in the next 6 months. You'll be surprised where you'll be in the next 90 days because you are looking this way. And I always say this to my mentees in the speaking program I'm in, is that if you stay in your highway, you don't have to worry about doing bumper cars and getting off at the wrong exit. Because a lot of times we get off at the wrong exit because we see other people getting off, but that could be their exit. That could be where they need to get off at because now it's time for them to go and do their thing. But you may need to stay on your highway because you're still learning. You're still becoming. You're still getting the skill set that you need. Ooh, and can I tell you, by the way, did you ask him, was it your time to Okay. Did you ask the Father, was it time for you to get off of your highway? Because a lot of times he wants us to still be on the highway because there's things that he's trying to get out of us that we can't take to the next destination. But we're so quick to want to get off because we're in a hurry. We don't have the patience to wait for our becoming because it doesn't come as fast as we want. And trust me, I can raise my hand on this one because I won't say I struggle with it, but I want stuff to show results to show right away. And and a good coach of mine told me, "It's like, Jackie, what you're building takes time. You're just starting in the game. So keep doing what you're doing, the right people," because I kept saying, I said, I want the right people. I don't want everybody. I want the right people that are connected to me. I don't want just anybody. I want the right people that are connected to me. Because just because you see somebody that has 1.3 million followers, that don't mean that they all down for the same thing. Just because you see somebody that reaches over the threshold, especially here on Substack, and they got 10K followers, but they may be in a different realm than what you are in. They may be in business. If business not yours, then don't expect to have 10K followers. If gardening is not your thing, don't expect to have 1.K followers. Those people that like garden, right? But if you are into coaching and teaching and so whatever your thing is on here, stay in that lane. They're going to show up. Your tribe, can I tell you, your tribe, I've been on Substack for 7 months. I'm still becoming on Substack. That there are people that have been on here for 18 months, that there are people that just started like me, for whatever, but I'm not chasing anybody else. I'm putting out what I'm supposed to put out. And as long as I do that, the right people are going to show up. Write the page. Some of y'all are sitting on some amazing work. You're sitting on some amazing ideas. You're sitting on somebody's next release, somebody's next breakthrough, but you ain't even wrote it down on a piece of paper yet. This is what I did last year. I did a book. It's called The 8 Purposeful Decision, a journey towards God's center. I did this last year. And as soon as God puts something in my spirit, I write it down. These days, it don't take long to write a book. Now, I'm working on a bigger book that's gonna take me a minute because that got some stuff up in there. But it doesn't take you long. Why? Because I stay in my lane. I stay what is that the people, not so much what Jack is asking for, but I read comments. I read the DMs of what people are asking for, and so I just produce what they're asking for. Finish the assignment. Come on, finish your assignment. That's that's all I can say about that. God gave you an assignment and you still debating with him on whether or not you should do it. So not doing the assignment is just the same as being what? Disobedient. Come on now. You like, I need some more confirmation. He done gave you all the confirmations, baby. He done told you, he done did everything but sent a dove down. He told you what to do, so finish the assignment. Is it going to come easy? Probably not. Is it going to require you to change? Probably will. If it's going to have some friction, definitely so. But still, you're not neglecting on doing the assignment that he told you to do. Post the content. Listen, we're here on Substack, y'all. Post the content. It may not be perfect. I ain't never known nobody to be perfect yet because if they were perfect, they won't be here anymore. God's going to lift them up like, okay, it's time for them to come home, y'all. Listen, post the content. I follow a lady on Instagram, y'all. She got to be every bit of 60 something like that. My girl got all her teeth missing. But guess what, y'all? I want to say this lady got 30K followers on Instagram. All she do is sit. And I mean, she ain't standing back in her camera either. She's standing like this, like I am, to her camera, and she just talking. And my girl got a tribe. Do you hear me? She ain't wearing nothing fancy. She ain't got no fancy hairdo. She just got regular hair. And she is just giving people what they're asking for. So post the content. Have the hard conversation, y'all. This is the season that everybody should not have VIP access to you. That's just the season I'm in. They either got general mission access or they got VIP access. And everybody that's in general mission don't need to have VIP. Some of them need to stay down there at the general mission. You don't have to cut them off, but you ain't talking to them like you talk to your people that's in the VIP access. Okay. Go to bed on time. Come on, y'all. Y'all staying up and worrying about stuff that don't change nothing. That was me, y'all. I used to be up, all the time, worried about bills, like how I'm gonna pay this, and then I'm crying. And of course, if I'm up, I'm eating right. Y'all know, like I wasn't just up just to be up. Now, like I'm in there, with a bag of chips or something like that, or I have a full meal deal back in the day, y'all. Back in the day, me and my daughter used to sit. Let me tell y'all this. Me and my daughter used to sit and watch The Biggest Loser, right? So he's like, oh my God, they're doing so well, right? They done lost all this weight. We sitting there with a 6-inch sub with some chips and some pickle, baby, and like, oh my God, they just doing so well, knowing good darn well we should not have been eating that. But that's instead of us going to bed, we just up just watching, like, oh my God, she done lost 70, 85 pounds. And we just sitting over there just to death. Okay, go to bed. If you gave it over to him, why is you up worrying about it? Trust me, y'all, I sleep. I said, okay, God, let your will be done. Okay. Thank you so much for this day. I give everything that I was not able to do today. I'm gonna get that over to you, and I thank you that I have a good night's sleep. And I'm out. I'm gone. Okay. Get back up after the mistake. Come on, y'all. Get back up. I now have a phrase that I say that your next decision matters more than your last mistake. That's my new phrase. You cannot steal it. I am copywriting it. Okay. Your next decision matters more than your last mistake. Get up. We all done made mistakes. I'm raising my hand. I done made 565,000 mistakes. I was on the comeback conversation on TikTok, and I'm seeing all the women, saying like, I'm trying to get over the last. My baby, your next decision matters more than your last mistake. It's what you do after the mistake that matters. It's not the mistake itself. It's what you do after the mistake. So you drop the ball, pick the ball up and shoot it. Come on, somebody. It's for somebody that needed to hear that this morning. You drop the ball, pick the ball up and shoot it. Because nobody really cares about what you did on your last mistake but you. To be honest with you, folks got enough going on in their life that they ain't thinking about what you did. So then pick that up. Then what's your next move going to be? But your next habit will determine whether that decision will be rooted. Now that's right there going to sit in your spirit. Your next habit will determine whether that decision that you made is going to be grounded and rooted. Because what things? So let's do this real simple. I drink water. So my next decision is what? More water. I can't keep because like my poison back in the day when it was the real life thing was Coke. I love myself some Coke, baby, because I'm from Georgia. So I'm from the Coke city itself. But then, the Coke started changing its formula. Coke don't taste like Coke no more. Like, I don't know what it tastes like. Then they came out with Coke Zero. I said, okay, cool, right? They came out with Coke Zero. Coke is still Coke, y'all. Then they came out, they don't sell it no more, but then they came out with Pepsi Max. Now, y'all probably don't know that, but Pepsi Max used to be cocaine in a can, y'all. When I say the caffeine in that bad baby will keep you up for days, because back then I used to work at Kroger at nighttime. So like I would pop me a Pepsi Max, and that mug was the bomb, right? And am I really a Pepsi person? But when they did Pepsi Max, maybe that's really don't sell it because it was one of their better tasting drinks. But now it's like, no, I'm my own personal high, right? Like I don't need nothing else to, like, as y'all notice, I'm my own personal high. Like I don't need anything else to help me get high, right? So, but your habits have to be grounded. So if you know that you're a soda drinker, you can't have soda around. That's like you going, okay, that's you trying to get off cigarettes, but yet and still you go to a hookah bar. That don't make no sense, right? Like you win the nicotine patch, but you go to a hookah bar. So that's not making the right decision, right? So don't just dream about the man or woman that you want to become. Practice her. Come on now, somebody. I'm gonna say that again. Just don't dream about the woman or man that you want to become. You start practicing them. You start walking like them. You start choosing like them. You start praying like them. You start showing up. Come on. Because in your becoming, you already doing the things that the becoming woman or man looks like. Come on, somebody. So if I say I want to be healthy, then what does the becoming woman look like? She's making sure she's getting a workout in. She's making sure she's getting her sleep in. She's making sure. Now, does that mean that I'm eating healthy? Oh, no, it doesn't. But I also know I can't play with that thing either. Because here's what we do. Come on, somebody. Now, thank you, Spirit. Here's what we do. We tittle tattle, right? We try to see how far. It's like double dutching. We see how far we can go without actually going over. Now we playing with it. Now we playing with our becoming. Now we see if, okay, so if I do this, is that going to really mess up? Yes, because I found out that weeds also grow in gardens too. They don't ask for permission. I found out that they just going to show up anyhow. So even though you're planting good things, weeds going to show up. So as you playing with your becoming, guess what's coming up too? The weeds are coming up. So just as soon as you said, because I said this, girl, I'm going on, I'm on this detox. Then my daughter is on feet. Big old cinnamon rolls in here. I said, I said, the devil's a lie. But that's that. I said, that's a that's the devil from the pit of the dessert demon. Okay. She know I'm detoxed, right? So she goes off and makes some cinnamon rolls. But guess what? That didn't bother me. Because it's not like I ain't had a cinnamon roll before. Not like I hadn't had a donut before. Not like I hadn't had no Twinkie before. Y'all just name, y'all see how I'm naming some stuff, right? Not like I hadn't had Oreo before. So, but because I'm grounded and rooting in my health, I'm grounded and rooted that I'm almost 60. So if I want my 60s to be fine, to be healthy and thriving and whole, what do I need to plant now while I'm still in my okay. I'm planning now. I'm not waiting then. I'm planning now. So then when I do get, oh baby, and I'm gonna celebrate, okay? Then I'm gonna say, wow, I'm so glad that I did that then. I'm so glad that I had my protein shake this morning, right? And not pancakes and bacon and hash browns. Now, don't get me wrong, I love myself some IHOP, but I can't eat IHOP every single day. I can't eat IHOP every single week. Why? Because it goes against the grain of what I say I want for myself. Because one day your habits will introduce you to the future you kept praying for. And baby, when your future shows up, make sure that your discipline recognizes at the door. Come on, I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. One day your habit will introduce you to your future you that you prayed for. And when it shows up, make sure that your discipline recognize the door. So it starts now. It doesn't start tomorrow. It doesn't start 6 weeks from now. It starts now because I know what we do. You say, okay, like it's the weekend. I'm on, because that's first thing like we do, like we relax on the weekend and then we like, okay, I'm gonna start fresh on Monday. No, every single day. I could easily, again, be doing something else. But if I say that I am a content creator, then that means that I am now having to sit here and batch up all my content for next week. Why? Because I'm building a future not only just for myself, but I'm also building a future for my grandson. That he knows that his nana is not only an author of books, but I am a children author as well. That whatever he sets his mind to, because why? Because his daily habits, and I'm teaching him now, and his daily habits is simple. He just turned 8, so his daily habit is to make up his bed. You make up your bed, you put your clothes on, you brush your teeth, you pull out what you want for breakfast. You take out recycling, daily habits. Why? Because when you one day have your own house, then until you get to that point that, and again, he could very well hire a housekeeper. We have a housekeeper that comes in. So he put himself in a position that he can have a housekeeper to come in and clean his house. Why? Because his daily habits started now while he's 8. I want to leave you with this, that if you don't take away from anything else I said today, that your next decision matters more than your last mistake. Hi, darling. You guys have an awesome and amazing Saturday. Let me do the live. Thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. I want to say welcome to everybody. See you next time.